Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Honeycast. Today, I'm going to be talking about the best type of cardio and the worst type of cardio to do in midlife and beyond. Now, there is science behind all of this, and I'm going to hopefully try to help see what unfolds here with the science and what the science tells us. And what science is telling us is that once you hit menopause, you have declining hormones. Those hormones, estrogen, when we have those, actually act as a stimulus to build muscle, provide energy, regulate glucose, help insulin be sensitive, help with metabolism, help with heart protection, breast protection, brain protection. All of that is estrogen, and testosterone is in there as well. But when I understood this, it just made so much sense of like, why do we have to do different exercise? And why is it even more important in midlife and beyond than it really is any other time? Although we want to start young and we want to go our whole life exercising, but it looks different in each season. But what I finally got was estrogen is gone. All those things start to deteriorate, which is kind of a sad story, right? That's at first I was like, this sucks. But here's the cool thing. What we need to keep our bones, to keep our fat burning going on, to keep our metabolism, to keep us moving, to help regulate insulin and blood sugar, which is all about weight loss, to reduce visceral belly fat, brain health, is to exercise properly as a stimulus to do all of those things. So I think in my brain, exercise was always about like weight loss and definitely being in shape. Like those were the two things. But now exercise is the stimulus that is going to help you age well. It's going to help you build bone and not deteriorate and lose bone. It's going to help you regulate insulin. As we age and we're losing those hormones, we all become more insulin resistant, which means belly fat, right? So what we're looking for from exercise is an external stimulus to kind of take over where estrogen used to do that. And so there are exercises that are better for that. It's called polarized exercise. Instead of that steady state, jog for an hour, get on the elliptical for 45 minutes, do a long bike ride, do a 50-minute hike. Those right there, those type exercises are not the best for women in midlife. They actually work against us. They're not polarized enough. They're not a stimulus. They actually can raise cortisol, which will backfire on muscle building and insulin sensitivity. So those exercises, maybe what we used to do, all the cardio, at 5 days a week cardio, no more. The good news is there is a proper and right cardio for a woman in midlife. That would be HIIT training. And the best type of HIIT training is SIT training. That's sprint interval training. Don't let that scare you off because it doesn't have to be crazy long amounts of that, nor do you actually have to run and pound on the ground if that's not you. You can do sprint interval training in a pool. You can do it on a bike. You can do it on a treadmill with walking really quickly. You can try to do that on a rebounder. Sometimes you may or may not be able to do that. You can do that with just low impact exercises, kind of like Tabata. The key for the SIT or the HIIT training is not to do too much, and you're working very hard at 85% of your VO2 max. That's at 85% your heart rate, getting it way up there, anywhere from 8 seconds to 30 seconds, and then you recover. And you repeat that up to 8 repetitions. Now, we're not going to start out with 8 repetitions when we're just starting. We may start out with 2 or 3. We may start out with 6 or 8 minutes of that. But the key is to get breathless, recover, get breathless, and recover. The max that you're going to do that is 20 minutes in one setting. I never do that. I do 6 or 8, maybe 12 at the most. This type exercise is best, and studies have shown that what it does is it increases insulin sensitivity. It increases your mitochondrial function. That's your ATP, your energy of your cells. It improves fat burning and even visceral fat, which is the fat around our organs, which is the dangerous fat. It increases growth hormone. It reduces fat mass, increases lean muscle mass, increases aerobic function the quickest out of any exercise. It is your metabolic stimulus that is going to help with body composition. So less is best. Isn't that awesome? Less is best. So some things that you could do for your HIIT training, there are lots of videos out there. Just look for the ones where you are getting breathless and then you have some recovery and you're not just pushing it. Some of those HIIT trainings don't have enough recovery time, like the Tabata. A lot of times they're only recovering for 10 seconds. You can recover for as long as you want to. Honestly, it's not about moving into that next interval quickly. It's about breathless recover. That's going to be good for your heart. It's going to turn on fat burning. And then, like I said, you don't have to do too much of that. So twice a week is all. And like I said, you could do it a lot of different ways. Bike, swimming, even just some moves in your workout room. Of course, you can do some sprinting. I don't love sprinting anymore. I actually used to like it. So for me personally, I do more with a jump rope. I do more with things at home. Sometimes I'll even do some hill work. I like walking up a hill really fast and then recovering, walking down the hill, walking or going up bleachers. I used to do that. It helps with agility. That's a little bit more of advanced. So that HIIT and sit training is going to be needle mover exercise. So when we're talking about cardio, where does walking fit in? Walking is beautiful. Walking is wonderful. Walk every day. But walking is more of an everyday exercise and not really designed for polarized training, but it's necessary for sure. So the way that how I'm creating my week for my workouts is I am prioritizing strength training. Strength training is going to also help with really everything that I said that the sit and the HIIT training, except weight training doesn't impact cardiovascular as much, but it does your bones and it does your muscles and it does for your metabolism and anti-aging and longevity. Those strength training exercises are going to be needle mover. And so you're looking at least 2 lifting heavy sessions per week, and you're looking at 1 to 2 HIIT sessions per week. It doesn't have to be long workouts, ladies. And a matter of fact, I do less now than I ever have, and I am able to maintain my muscle and grow my muscle a lot easier with these exercises and with protein. When I was doing lots of cardio back in the day and no protein, when it was pre-menopause, I was able to maintain my weight and grow muscle, but that stopped working in perimenopause. And I started gaining fat, and I was working out I was doing way too much cardio. My muscles were shrinking. I was getting more fat. I was getting skinny fat. I was actually getting muffin top. And I was also tired. And my workouts, I would be so tired after my workouts because I was doing way too much cardio and I wasn't focusing on building muscle and doing light, smaller amounts of HIIT training. So I transitioned. And so now what my schedule looks like is I'm weight training twice a week. I do a 20 to 25 minute shorter workout where I will pick 3 or 4 heavy lifting exercises and do 2 or 3 sets of those, like maybe 3 exercises. Like I'll say a hip thrust, a goblet squat, and a 1-arm row. I may do 3 of those. Lift heavy, 6 to 8 reps. The other workout is longer, and I'm going to do more exercises, and I'm still going to keep it heavy, but I'm doing a little bit more reps, maybe 12 to 15 reps. So I've got a little bit longer workout. I've got a shorter workout. 2 days a week, I'm doing some type of HIIT or sit training. I count pickleball as that because I am running, stopping. So for me, I play pickleball twice a week. And if I don't do that, I will do some type of HIIT or sit training, whether that's the hill work or that's with my jump rope or that's here in my room and I'm creating some type of workout for myself. I'm not spending hours anymore working out, and I'm able to maintain and build muscle and also work on power. So as we age, we lose power, we lose agility. And so when we're heavy lifting and when we're doing that HIIT or sit training, you're working your fast twitch muscle fibers, and you're also growing your muscle, and you're laying down new bone cell as you're growing muscle, which is helping you avoid frailty. It's helping you avoid losing your bones. So I like to talk about the reason why these type exercises are the needle movers now, so that we understand what's going on. I don't want to do exercises that are working against me. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I don't do Pilates or yoga or any other exercises, because I do. I will throw in a Pilates every now and then if I feel like doing that. I will throw in a yoga if I feel like that. I will do mobility stretches almost every day. Those are, I call them kind of exercise stretch snack breaks for me throughout the day. Like if I've been coaching or doing a lot of videos or whatever I'm doing, and I'm maybe working for a couple hours, I stop and I go outside for a walk. I do mobility exercises on the ground. I do the NADI or the nitric oxide. So all of those play a role. Rebounder, that's fine. Those are less intense exercises. And if you like them and it's not stressing you out to do them, or you love them, do them. But just know they're not the needle mover. The weight training and the HIIT training are going to be the needle mover, not just for fat loss, but for overall health and longevity and bone and muscle and protection for the woman in midlife.